In the previous video, my voice is too low. I'm sorry for that. Right? Let's start with this video, and here we're gonna learn how to make your web page look like this, right? Using more of HTML and a little bit of CSS, right? So just start coding HTML. For that, I'm gonna use Notepad++. Right? You can use either Notepad, it's up to you, but I'm preferring Notepad++. Why? Because it's more colorful, right? So we're gonna just start coding, right? I'm gonna include HTML tags here. So everything which is middle of this HTML tags is my HTML coding. And my HTML tags consists of two things. One is a head section and other is a body section. So first let me include this head. And the body again. Right? So everything which is between this head section will be executed first of all, right? So a link to your CSS page will be included here, and the most form coding will be inside this body thing, right? So let me code. Like what thing I want first? I want a heading here, right? So let me include this heading. So I'm choosing H2 things, right? What I want? I want it as a Chennai help desk, right? So Chennai help desk. Just want to include here, right? And other H2 tags here. Right? And other thing, what you want? Make sure we want other heading here, right? So other H2 tags there. So H2 implies it's a heading 2, right? So what I want there? Wanted help. So just run this code and see what happens. For that, you're gonna save this file. I'm going to save it in C drive, flooding rescue, and I'm going to save it as index.html, right? You save it, and then you go to that particular location where you saved it. So go to C, flooding rescue, right? Then this is the file what we have saved it before, right? Just you right click there and you try opening with it with Google Chrome, right? See, and this is what the result is. But you want your headings to be in the center of the page, right? As here, right? So you just try to open again that one and you make it as a center tag, right? Here too, you want your both headings to be in the center, right? Again you save it and try to reload it again, right? So your heading is in the center, and now we want these paragraphs, right? And for that again the same thing. Now the tags we are using is paragraph tags, which is referred as P, right? So we want 2 paragraphs. So you save, copy it, so that you can use it for later use. Then what you want there, fill this form. And in second paragraph, what you want? You want it as we will reach you as quick as we can. right? So reach you as quick as we can, right? So you have done with your paragraph, and now we want text fields here. So totally we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 text fields with a text area and one drop down menu and one radio button here. So totally we want a HTML code for 7 text fields, right? So you go to Notepad++ and you write a code for the text field, right? And the label you want is first name here, right? So just you save it here and you go to a browser, then you reload it. You got a text field, right? Similarly, I'll add it for other text fields and I'll pause this video and they'll come up there. So it's done. I have included code for all the text fields, and just we save it and you reload your Chrome and see what happens, right? You can see here, but we want something like this, right? So this text field should be under this text field, and for that one you just use a break. So break implies next line, right? Break implies next line. So copy this, right? Just you save it, go to Chrome and you reload it, right? You got everything here, right? So still what things we have missing, and we want other text area, right? Text area and a radio button, right? And just I'll write a code and I'll come to you. So I have wrote code for, and this is the code for drop down menu, and this is the code for text area, right? There is a text right for text area, right? And this is the code for radio button, right? So I'll explain you the thing here. So just you save it, go to Chrome and you just run it, right? So we got a clumsy thing, but we got the things what we needed, right? So this is the thing. We can select from each of the things, right? And this is a text box, and this is, you can select from these, right? And now let me explain the code here, right? So you check it here. So what are the labels you want? You just specify here, right? And you're gonna select this label, right? And the options what you need to get, male or female, right? And that will be there here. So the things you need to specify it here, right? And these are the values which will go to this PHP script, right? When you select this male, actually M is going backside, not male, right? Right? And similarly for this radio button, this is the code, right? And this is the label for that. Are you a robot? And you specify what it is, right? It's an input type, name is robot, right? And the type is radio. As it is a radio type, you need to specify it as a radio, and you need to give a value for that. It's a S. So whenever you click this S, this particular value will be selected, right? In a similar way, and this is a code for, this is the code for this text area, right? You need to you can specify the number of rows and columns, right? If this number of columns goes on increasing, the size of this one keeps on increasing, and similarly the rows here, right? And the most important thing is you need to have a submit button here. So whenever you click the submit button, all these fields will be going to this PHP script. So everything from starting from here to here, everything should be included inside a form, right? So I'll make it a form field, form, and method equal to post. Actually we have two methods, one is post and other is get, right? If you want, if the data what you are giving to your PHP script is sensitive data, then you make it as a post. If it is not a sensitive, then you can choose a get thing, right? So when you choose a get thing, everything will be shown in a URL tab, right? So I'll choose it as a post, and whenever I click that submit button, the action is it should call a PHP script, and I should mention what PHP script it is. I'll mention it as report.php, right? And here I need to specify the button, right? So input type equal to submit, right? We are submitting it. Submit, and name is name of the button, right? Name of the button is also submit, right? And you close that form here. Right, and you just save it. Go to Chrome. So we have done with most of the code. The only thing remaining now is we need to arrange everything in an order as like this, right? So for arranging everything in an order, we will make use of a CSS, right? So for that, you need to make this first name, last name, everything in one category. For that, I'll use something called label here, right? And label here. Similarly, I'll include label for every of these, then I'll come to you. Now I have included a label thing for all this. You can observe it here, right? Everything has a label. Email ID, phone number, address, landmark, pin code, each and everything has a label now. Now what I'll do is, I'll make other new thing, right? Then I'll write a CSS file here, right? So I'll save it as, right, style.css, right? So I saved it. So I mentioned the form labels here, right? So whatever is between these labels are treated as one block, and the width is 225 pixel, and they have made as a bold color, right? And as I saved it as the style.css, I need to mention it in this head link, right? I need to mention this in the head link. So I have mentioned this. So this is referring to style.css. So the thing is, now I need to save it, right? You just go to Chrome, and you just reload it, right? So everything is fine. Everything is fine, right? You can experiment with this. How to experiment is, you go to the CSS and you just comment it. You just comment this one. So actually this is the code which is making it as bold, right? So you save it, go to Chrome, right? So again you uncomment it and you will get it as a bold thing. So just you can learn many things by just experimenting. So, and I will show you other trick. To view the source code, just you go right click here and you make it as view source code. Then you will get the HTML thing of that.